Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. I want to do a more dramatic eye look today, so I need to keep my base fairly clean and as matte as I can possibly do so without making my skin look crusty. So first off, I'm starting off with an extremely hydrating primer. I'm still trying to make this KEVYN AUCOIN Sensual Skin Enhancer work for me, so this time I'm applying it underneath my foundation. The Luminous Silk Foundation is a really great compromise for when you really want that clean and polished base, but you don't want to dry out your skin. And then I just apply another layer where I need more coverage, which is mostly my chin right now. I didn't feel like the Sensual Skin Enhancer covered my dark circles the way I wanted it to, which is really strange considering how opaque the pigmentation is, so I'm using a pot type concealer to finish the job. Next, I'm using this GIVENCHY loose powder to set the critical areas I need to set. It comes in 4 colors that you kind of just mix all together. I don't really think the color does too much, but I mostly just like the effect and the packaging. I'm then going to set my face with a setting spray as usual since it is the season for setting spray. Now I'm using this FENTY contour stick in Amber. This shade actually works really well for my skin. It looks really gray, but you can see how warm it pulls on my undertones. As you can see here, I'm using a brush to apply. I literally just wiggle the stick around on the brush and then apply with a brush as if it was a powder. I'm still experimenting around with brow shapes, so today I tried to go for something a little thinner. I'm still not really so sure what I want to do with my brows, so let me know in the comments what you think. I'm then going to use my usual M Cosmetics brow cream to kind of fluff up my brows a little bit and add a little bit more thickness. I'm using this P. Louise eye base since my eye look is going to be very intense and on the colorful side. I really like this eye base, although I'm still not really so sure if it actually does anything. It makes for a good canvas. I'm really excited to be using the Lunar Beauty Eternal Eclipse palette today. I really love Lunar Beauty's concepts. I love their packaging. I love the whole experience. And I really wanted to pick this up, so I did. I'm going to be mainly using the shades in the bottom row for a smoky eye, so first, as you can see, I'm just kind of setting the stage using a transition shade. I'm trying my best to really just take my time to blend out the edges, making sure that there are no harsh lines, trying to use as little pressure as possible. I know one of my mistakes is I tend to put way too much pressure on the brush, so this time I'm really trying my best to focus on just lightly tickling the edges of the eyeshadow. Now it's time to start actually adding all that depth to my eye. This shade, you can see that there's like little bits of shimmer inside it, but functionally speaking, it appears pretty matte on the eyes. Most of the sparkle just kind of falls off or taps off when you tap your brush. So I personally don't really care if mattes have glitters in them or not, since for me, they all just end up looking matte anyways. But I know for some people it can be a deal breaker, so I just want to let you know. I'm just slowly alternating between packing on the shadow and then blending out the edges until I reach the desired level of intensity that I want. I tend to have the issue where after packing it on, I blend it and then I overblend it and make the intensity all go away, so I'm just trying my best to really take my time here. Next, I'm using this blue shimmer as a point color. Blue is a very finicky color for me to work with. It's very hard to make it not look like a bruise, but I have found that blue shimmers with this kind of tone, especially on top of a black base, look really good on me. I'm then going to use this silver to add a graphic element to my eye look. I'm first blocking in the inner third of my eye, and then as you can see, I'm kind of just drawing a line up towards the upper middle of my eye. I then add a little bit of it to the inner corner of my lower lash line as well. I then add a little more of that black eyeshadow on the edges just to build up a little more intensity. Now to work on the lower lash line. I see this in drag makeup a lot, and I really love how it looks on my particular eye shape, where I take a darker eyeshadow and I kind of draw a line almost as if contouring and upturning my eyes by making the inner corner of my eyes look lower than they actually are. As you can see, it gives a really cool effect of making my eyes look far more cat-eyed than they actually are. I also like how it kind of looks like I'm contouring an aegyo-sal, so I kind of get the best of both worlds. I'm not going to be putting mascara on my upper lashes as usual because I'm going to be putting on false lashes, and of course I'm not going anywhere today, so this is just for the photo. Next for blush, I want to keep the rest of the face pretty low key, so I'm just going to be using this Clinique Cheek Pop in Nude Pop. This is an absolutely beautiful blush color for when you want blush but you also don't want blush, like you want something on your cheeks but you don't want your cheeks to take over the look. I bought this half off during the Ulta Black Friday sale, and I figured that this silvery highlight here would be absolutely perfect for this look. Now, finally, we're moving on to the lips. As usual, I am lining my lips with my favorite lip liner. I kind of went a little bit overboard this time. I was a little gung-ho about the whole thing, but I'm going to be using an MLBB lip color just to add some color to my lips, but still keeping the focus on the eyes. And with that, this makeup look is complete. I kind of paired it with a more high schoolish ponytail. This is kind of how I used to wear my hair in high school, to try and go for that more emo goth look, even though I totally did not have that. I was so unconfident in high school, so I'd wear my hair like this, but I never had the confidence to back it up, so I think in the end I just ended up looking ridiculous. But today I look pretty good.